very good day, everyone. It's just a short video that I'd like to do. I need to address a couple of points that have been brought up since the Christmas cocktail for two video. Firstly, regarding the breach on the Llangollen branch of the Shropshire Union Canal. When I started the Christmas special video, I made a point near the beginning to say that it was the 18th, which was a special day for Lisa and I, as it was our 5-month anniversary. So we filmed that video, the cocktail part, on the 18th. The breach happened on the 22nd of December. So when I recorded we recorded the Christmas special video, the breach hadn't happened. The video went live on the 25th, and it wasn't long before I got comments asking, am I okay? I mean, I'm on the Lancaster, and the breach happened on the Llangollen, so there might have been a little bit of confusion there. No, I'm on the Lancaster Canal. Nearly confused myself then. Which is around about 200 miles from the Llangollen. It's a completely separate canal system, so no, I wasn't affected by it whatsoever. I need to point out that I stayed at Lisa's house from the 1st of December to the 2nd of January. That's what I decided to do, spend Christmas with my girlfriend. So I spent an entire month with my girlfriend at her house, and a fabulous time we had. It was my first proper Christmas in 20 years. It wasn't long before I started getting peculiar comments about not the genuine concern of was I okay, had I been affected, but why didn't I mention it in the video? Why didn't I mention the breach? Well, perfectly honest explanation is I wasn't aware of it. When I was continuously cruising, I was subscribed to every email notification for every canal, every waterway on the network from CRT. Once I got to the Lancaster, I unsubscribed from all those notifications apart from the Lancaster and the Glasson branch, and I regularly get notifications of bridge strikes, lock damage, stuff like that. Also, recently there's been lots of bridge strikes on the Lancaster. I think there was about 5 or 6 at one point, and also a canal breach on the Lancaster last year. And I have to say CRT were exceptionally good. They turned the whole thing around in the space of about 6 months, I think it was. So I knew nothing about the breach. I haven't been on my mooring at Garstang for a month, so there's no grapevine, word of mouth. Oh, have you heard about the breach on the Llangollen? No. Oh yeah, have a look at some pictures and whatever. I haven't been following the canals at all. I was with my girlfriend for a month, but as I say, I'm not a canal-based. I'm not a YouTube canal news service. As I say, there were many asking me if I knew anything else. I don't. So there was this air of, there was one comment in particular that it's clear I don't belong to our community anymore. What community that is, I don't know. I've never belonged to a community. I'm a guy that lives on a boat and spent a long time travelling around the canals. I never regarded myself as belonging to a community. At one point I was a member of a Facebook group for boat tubers. That's the only real community that I belong to. I consider myself a boater, but that's as far as it goes. There's not some wider club, or whatever it is that you belong to as a boater. The second point is that there's been several comments, some quite nasty comments, rude comments regarding Lisa, my girlfriend. One being this belief that the channel is now the Kevin and Lisa show. I've done one Christmas special, a joyous video, which I enjoyed doing very much. We both enjoyed it. And Lisa appeared at the end, 5 minutes at the end of a bacon mac and cheese. People asked to see her. She came along. tried the bacon mac and cheese, loved it, of course, because, you know, it's my cooking, which is always fabulous. And a short advertising the Christmas special coming up of Lisa and I ice skating. Well, Lisa's ice skating, I'm stood there petrified. No, it's not the Kevin and Lisa show. It's just a thing. I also regularly, and more so recently over the past year or so, been asked a load of times or mentioned that people thought this was a narrowboat channel. Is it now a cooking channel? And, you know, all this kind of thing. This channel has never been a narrowboat channel per se. This channel I set up, and still is, it's a channel where I upload content of what I'm doing in my life. It could be repairing a camper van, or fixing a Land Rover Discovery, cruising a canal boat, touring on a motorbike, photography, yeah, and cooking. So no, it's never been a narrowboat channel, you know, specifically. When I bought Aslan, you know, I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to find something else out there, a better life. And it's clear, looking back now, that for 6 years or so, I was travelling around trying to find a life for myself, a new life, a better life, which I did. I could go into it. You know, Travels by Narrowboat has been an immeasurable influence in the world's awareness of the canal system. Before Travels by Narrowboat, yes, there were some American viewers that watched you know, YouTube, narrowboat YouTube channels in the UK, but they were more, they'd stumbled across them by accident. They were into boats and yachts themselves, and they discover these weird looking long boxes floating on these drainage ditches, and that's how they discover the canals. Travels by Narrowboat hit the American mainstream, and it exposed the American mainstream to this phenomenon. So yeah, Travels by Narrowboat was a massive influence. So I made a better life for myself, and I reached my destination. I've been traveling looking for this new life, this destination. I found it. I have arrived at my destination. There is going to be more canal travel, not long distance stuff, but I plan to do the Glass and Branch, you know, in a month, maybe two. At the moment, the canal is frozen solid, so you can't possibly go anywhere. But getting back to the point of this rudeness towards Lisa, one comment resulted in an instant ban. You do not insult a man's woman. It's pure and simple. I don't know what level of society they come from, but, you know, in my society, in my world, you do not insult another guy's lady. You know, that is the lowest of the low, and I will not tolerate that. And I banned him straight away. He said that Lisa was clearly a cheerleader while I was still in nappies. Now, I've said before, Lisa is 2 years younger than me, so it was just a deliberate attempt to, you know, to sting, to burn. I will not tolerate, you know, gibberish like that. So yeah, I haven't, you know, ignored the canal situation. It hadn't happened when I filmed the Christmas special, and there was nothing more I could add to it. I knew nothing about it. I'm not there. I haven't got my finger on the pulse, my ear to the to whatever it is, and there's nothing I could add to it. The viewers asking me would have known more than I did. I mean, there are countless videos out there with some of it quite terrifying footage, showing the whole thing. So yep, I'm not some ignoramus. I'm not only now interested in fluffy stuff. Kevin is quite clearly only interested in fluffy stuff now. I mean, what are you talking about? I doubt even you know yourself what you're talking about. There are many out there, comments I've received from people who seem to, they would be happy if I was still the same person I was 8 years ago. Well, I'm not like that. I don't just sit on my laurels and just think, oh, well, you know, this is it. You know, 8 years later, you're still exactly the same. You know, 20 years later, you're still exactly the same situation. you know, I like to do new things. I like to explore new things. I like to evolve and progress. So yeah, I hope that's cleared a few things up. Yeah, keep your eye out for more stuff coming soon. And cheers for now.